students. In this video, I want to explain the preparation, properties and structure of the hydrazine. Hydrazine formula is N2H4. Hydrazine is prepared by a method known as the Rorschach method. Here in Rorschach method, ammonia, sodium hypochlorite and glue are used as the starting materials. The oxidation state of the nitrogen in ammonia is -3, whereas the oxidation state of the nitrogen in hydrazine is -2. So to prepare the hydrazine from ammonia, ammonia has to be oxidized. So in this reaction, sodium hypochlorite is used as the oxidizing agent. Here, the ammonia aqueous solution of ammonia is heated in the presence of the sodium hypochlorite, and this reaction takes place in the two steps. In the first step, ammonia reacts with the sodium hypochlorite and forms the chloramine and sodium hydroxide. The name of this compound can be easily remembered. Here NH2 group is known as the amine and Cl is known as the chlorine. So chloramine formula is NH2Cl. In the second step, the chloramine formed in the first step reacts with the one more molecule of the ammonia in the presence of NaOH and forms the hydrazine along with the sodium chloride and water. The first step is a very fast reaction, whereas the second step is a slow reaction. Here in this reaction, glue plays a very important role. Here, this glue catalyzes the slow reaction. That means it increases the rate of the second step. And if glue is not used, what happens means the hydrazine formed in the second step reacts with the chloramine formed in the first step in the presence of the metal ions like Cu plus 2 ions and decomposes to give the nitrogen and ammonium chloride. The glue combines with the metal ions like Cu plus 2 ions and forms the complex compounds. That means the use of the glue stops the decomposition of the hydrazine. Now we go for the chemical properties of the hydrazine. First chemical property of the hydrazine is a decomposition reaction. When hydrazine is heated, it decomposes to give the ammonia and nitrogen gas. This is very easy reaction to balance. In hydrazine, we have the 4 hydrogen atoms, whereas in ammonia, we have the 3 hydrogen atoms. So to balance this reaction, simply we have to exchange these numbers. So we have to write these 3 here and we have to write these 4 here. So automatically the reaction will be balanced. Next one is the combustion reaction. When hydrogen is burnt in the presence of oxygen, it gives the nitrogen along with the hydrogen peroxide. The complete oxidation is known as the combustion reaction. In any hydride, in the combustion reaction, we get lot of energy. In this reaction also, we get lot of energy. As a result, we use this hydrazine as the rocket fuel. Next reaction is the acidic property of the hydrazine. So hydrazine reacts with the sodium metal and releases the hydrogen gas. So any compound that reacts with the metal and releases the hydrogen gas is considered as the acid. So we can consider hydrazine also an acid. Now we go for the basic properties. Here in hydrazine, on the nitrogen atoms we have the lone electron pairs. So that's why this hydrazine act as the Lewis base. So it reacts with the acids and form the salts. For example, hydrazine reacts with the hydrochloric acid and forms hydrazinium monochloride and hydrazinium dichloride. In the same way, it reacts with the hydrogen sulfate and forms the hydrazinium hydrogen sulfate. Now we go for the reduction properties. In hydrazine, four hydrogen atoms are there. So any substance that has the hydrogen atoms in it will act as the reducing agent. So here hydrazine also act as a reducing agent. Now we go for the reaction with some salt solutions. Hydrazine reacts with the silver nitrate and forms the silver. Hydrazine reduces the auric chloride to the Rm. Hydrazine reduces the platinum chloride to the platinum. So here metal salts are reduced to their corresponding metals, and these reactions are very easy to balance. Each hydrogen molecule gives the 4 hydrogen atoms. So to balance this reaction between the hydrazine and the silver nitrate, we have to take one hydrazine molecule and we have to take the 4 AgNO3 molecules. So to balance the reaction between the hydrazine and auric chloride, we have to exchange these numbers. Here 3, this 3 has to be written here and this 4 has to be written here. So if you do that one, the reaction, the equation will be balanced very easily and automatically. And hydrogen gives the 4 hydrogen atoms and platinum chloride provides 4 chlorine atoms. So there is no need to write any coefficient in front of these hydrogen or platinum chloride. Now we go for the some more reaction. Here hydrogen reacts with the halogens and forms the hydrohalic acids or hydrogen halides. Hydrogen reacts with the chlorine and forms the hydrogen chloride. It reacts with the bromine and forms the hydrogen bromide. Hydrogen reacts with iodine and forms the hydrogen iodides. This fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine are known as the halogens. Now we go for the reaction with the failing solution. Failing solution is a mixture of the two reagents, failing A, failing B. Failing A is a alkaline copper sulfate solution and failing B is Rochelli salt solution. So whenever we mix these two reagents, we get the blue color solution. That blue color solution is actually a complex compound. But for the sake of convenience, we can represent the failing solution as the cupric oxide. So we write that cupric oxide as CuO and it is in the blue color. And we know very well that each hydrogen provides the 4 hydrogen atoms. And when from the two copper cupric oxide molecules, we get the 1 oxygen atom. So to balance this reaction, we have to write the 4 in front of the cupric oxide. If you write 4 here, automatically the equation will be balanced. And now we go for the reaction with nitrous acid, ozone and hydrogen peroxide. In other reactions we get the nitrogen from the hydrogen, but whereas in this reaction we get the hydrozoic acid from the hydrogen instead of the nitrogen gas. Here hydrogen formula is N2H4 and nitrous acid formula is HNO2 and hydrozoic acid formula is N3H. So there is no need to write any coefficient in front of the either hydrogen or nitrous acid. Here 4 hydrogens and 2 oxygens combine and give the 2H2O. So this is very simple equation. And hydrogen here reacts with the ozone and forms the hydrozoic acid along with water and oxygen. Here we know very well that ozone decomposes according to this equation. Ozone decomposes to give the oxygen. That means from one ozone molecule we get the one oxygen atom. And here in order to balance this equation, just we have to look at the number of nitrogen atoms here. So here number of nitrogen atoms is 3 and here it is 3. Here it is 2 and here it is 3. So we have to exchange these numbers. We have to write these 3 as the coefficient for the hydrogen and we have to write these 2 as the coefficient of the hydrozoic acid. The remaining things will be balanced automatically. We have to do the same thing in case of the reaction between the hydrogen and the hydrogen peroxide. Here also the same thing we have to do. And we know very well that hydrogen peroxide decomposes according to this reaction. That means from hydrogen peroxide we get one oxygen molecule, one oxygen atom. Now we go for the reaction with the KMnO4. KMnO4 is a pink color solution. The dilute solution of the KMnO4 is a pink color solution, and we know very well that in KMnO4 the oxidation state of the manganese is +7 and KMnO4 is reduced to the manganese sulfate. In KMnO4 manganese oxidation state is +7 and in a manganese sulfate oxidation state of the manganese is +2. That means each manganese atom gets the 5 electrons. And in hydrogen the oxidation state of the nitrogen is -2. That means on the whole 2 nitrogen atoms have the -4 oxidation state. That means from one hydrogen molecule we get the 4 electrons, but whereas one KMnO4 requires 5 electrons. So to balance this reaction, simply we have to exchange these numbers. So we have to write the 4 before in front of the KMnO4 and we have to write the 5 in front of the hydrogen. The remaining things will be balanced automatically like this. Now we go for the reaction with the ferric chloride. Hydrogen reacts with the ferric chloride and forms the nitrogen, and ferrous chloride. Here each ferrichloride gives one chlorine atom. So to balance the four hydrogen atoms, we require the four ferrichloride molecules. Now we go for the reaction with the potassium iodide. Here hydrazine reduces the potassium iodide to the potassium iodide. Here each iodine requires 6 electrons and each hydrogen molecule gives the 4 electrons. So to balance this equation, we have to multiply this hydrogen with 3, that means 4 into 3 12, and we have to multiply this potassium iodide with iodide with 2, that means 2 into 6 12. That means the number of electrons lost and the number of electrons gained will be balanced by multiplying like this. Here we have to remember one thing, that hydrogen reacts with the failing solution like glucose and aldehyde and forms red color precipitate. This reaction is very much similar to the aldehyde and glucose reaction. Now KMnO4 reacts with the hydrogen and loses its pink color. So this can be also used to distinguish, to identify the hydrogen. Now we go for the structure of the hydrogen. Here, in hydrogen has a very similar structure to that of the hydrogen peroxide. The angle between the two hydrogen atoms of the one nitrogen atom is 110 degrees, and the angle between NN bond and NH bond is also 110 degrees. The bond distance between the two nitrogen atoms, that means NN bond length, is 147 picometers and the NH bond length is 104 picometers. Thank you for watching.